Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this 26th day of April 2021. Taking a look at the pound dollar here. So, real quick, this chart, this is with Optimus software. And we don't need those on there. So, this kind of funkiness that you see here with the circles, this is called Euclidean geometry, and it is utilizing the methods taught by Connie Brown, and I just want to hide everything except those. So without going into a ton of detail, these create the natural flow and structure that an instrument follows as far as the angle that it will move and the price levels that are relevant to that action. The green line here, this is called a foldback. And actually, let me make it a little thicker here. A foldback is really just a kind of a mirror image of prior swing and structure, prior price action is the best way to think of it. We look at the same thing with kind of W and M patterns. And so if I want to know, if let's just assume nothing happened after March 9th, 2018, I want to look at this and go, okay, how should I anticipate price moving after, the 2nd of March? I put the foldback pattern over there, if I can just drag it over there maybe, there we go. You can see that this kind of swing up in the green line is just from here. The swing down is from over here and so forth. So you can see how it's a mirror image of what has already happened. What's interesting is look at that move and how it has really continued on since then. We're not talking about the same price levels. We're talking about the same swing structure, because this price action that's going on now looks a hell of a lot like what has happened before. And this is just one of the principles in Gann theory, is that markets. Gann was a big fan of quoting something from Ecclesiastes that I forget how it goes, but it's what has been will be again. There's nothing new under the sun. So if I place this swing structure where we had it prior, maybe, where did I have it before? Right there. This swing structure has been followed, and this is indicating that there's some downside pressure ahead for the pound. And we've seen clear resistance up against this angle. Last week we saw it get rejected again. I'm just going to hide the foldback. Excuse me. Let's get an idea of where price would end up. We need to extend these. Actually, I need to get the fib extension here. Fibonacci expansion. Go. So the Fibonacci expansion is really showing us a couple of zones, and I want them to tie up with some of my other levels that I've identified. Which brings us pretty close to that. That seems a little bit ways down, but going back down to 130, very, very likely. Very likely. I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's going to tie in with a good retracement level. We go to the strong bar of the move, which is over here. There it is. Yep. So the 618 retracement at 130.58 matches up with the 168 extension from the swings we have. That's where I would anticipate price going. Now we can look at that swing structure again, bring the foldback pattern, and it's kind of going to give us a roadmap, so to speak, of what's going to happen. And we want to try and get a better view of it. It looks like we should see a fairly decent move down to probably the 50% retracement zone before getting a little bounce up and then ultimately coming down to that 130.86 zone. I like the short idea for the pound anywhere between 140 and 139. That's where I'd like the short idea at. 140 and 139, I think, is a good level to look at for the short, with an ultimate long-term target 900 to 1,000 pips lower. Seems kind of crazy, but that's the long-term projection. And it's not unlikely to occur. I mean, that is a very normal move to go. It'd be nice. I mean, I'm overall bullish on the pound, but I think we see a pretty decent retracement here over the next few months. But if that doesn't happen, if we do move up to 140, if we move above the channel here, if we get above 140, 150, then that's probably going to trigger a pretty explosive move higher towards the 146 level and maybe beyond. But for right now, I'm looking for the retracement. From all of us here at Exchange Rates UK TV, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.